Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I'm going to be doing the intro to Johnny Currency 365 video on Christopher Harris's latest prophetic dream dealing with Terra Luna Classic going to 10 cents, and then Binance making some announcements relating to the burn tax and actually an increase in the burn tax. So I'm just going to share a few things and then I'm going to play the video. Mostly sometimes with some of these, I'll make a video about it, but since Johnny has already did this, there's no point of me even discussing it any further because he's already, said what either I would say and actually even more than that because he's more well versed in what's going on with the burning and things like that. I'm just kind of waiting for these major prophetic moments to happen and not really keeping up with so much of the news of what's going on with the burning every single day. And I have a lot of other things going on too as well. So I can't keep up with certain things. So make sure that you go to his channel and subscribe. And the link to this video that I'm getting ready to share with you will be down below in the description. So over the last couple days, I've shared some videos on the Shiba Inu flash crash and flash spike. And then also too, Luna Classic's flash crash and flash spike. And with Christopher Harris's prophetic dreams, I kind of put, about 7 or 8 of them together. And I said, wait a minute, it looks like from what Christopher Harris is seeing, right, which is my own opinion, that we're going to see a flash crash and a flash spike up to $15. So if you haven't seen that video is before this one. And so I've made some adjustments to not only my Shiba Inu orders, but also my Terra Luna Classic. And, if it does flash spike up to that amount, at least I have some orders in to try to capture some of those prices. But all this remains to be seen, folks. We're just basing this off of people's dreams and visions and prophetic words and trying to put all the pieces together. And then we even have another prophetic word that I'm getting ready to share after this video, which deals with Bitcoin crashing this Thursday. So that's going to be very interesting to see. This is kind of like the climax week. The end of this month is kind of like the climax to everything that's going on. And, and people ask, well, what if nothing happens? I said, you know what? We're going to be doing the same thing that we've always done is wait, what am I going to do? Sell everything off? What would I do? None of these prophecies were fulfilled by the end of September, right? We go into October, November, whatever the case. I still wouldn't let go of my cryptocurrency. I just wouldn't sell everything off and say, forget it. I'm still going to be here. So one of the other things I was thinking about, what if there is this flash spike and it goes all the way down to where it spiked from, right? And then we make the journey up to the 10-cent area, right? It slowly goes up like we've been expecting. I don't know how all these things are going to work out, but it all remains to be seen. So here is Johnny Currency 365, Terra Luna Classic, 10-cent dream. Make sure you guys go give him a subscribe, and his link is down below in the description.
All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so Christopher has put out a new dream, and I want you guys to hear about it, about Luna Classic and Binance and Kucoin, or in the dream as well, or some, related in that way. So let's go through the dream, and then we'll talk about it. So I'm going to read it, and then we're going to discuss it step by step. So he says, "Dear brothers and sisters, I had a dream this morning, September 27, 2022, that I want to share with you. In the dream, I was outside a building, sitting on a paved area. Surrounding me were many other Luna Classic investors, also sitting down. We were waiting by the door of the building for an announcement. Inside the building was Kucoin. We were waiting with excitement, expectation for an announcement. I was expecting one from Kucoin. Unexpectedly, Binance came outside and shocked everyone with an announcement that they decided to greatly accelerate the Luna Classic burns, that they weren't satisfied with the previous burn rate. Okay, and their new plan was explained, which would have a huge burn rate for Luna Classic. It was massive news. Immediately, everyone started cheering and yelling with joy. I was clapping. I heard someone say 8.5%. They went back inside the building as I saw a laptop in front of me, and the laptop price was going of Luna Classic was going through the roof, was going up to the cents range of 10 cents before my view changed. Okay, so basically it was going up to 10 cents before his view changed. I heard someone say, "Wow, it really is a wealth transfer." Then I heard people in the crowd saying, "I should sell, I should sell." And everyone started saying it, and were racing to take profits. I was also trying to sell part of what I had as the dream ended. I believe a major rise for Luna Classic will occur when Binance announces an even bigger burn plan. Aside from burning their Luna Classic trading fees announced recently, which was yesterday. This was a huge deal in the dream and came as a surprise. Immediately, everyone celebrated because they knew the Luna Classic supply would be burned so quickly and the price would rise. I do not know the specifics or what the 8.5% represented. I do expect Kucoin will make a burn related announcement, as I have dreams indicating they will burn too. Please seek the Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you, Christopher. All right, shout out to Christopher for all the dreams that he's had and continues to have. All right, so they were standing at the door or at a building waiting for an announcement from KuCoin. And, right now KuCoin has the 1.2% burn tax on deposits and withdrawals, but they don't have it on for any type of spot trading, margin trading, or peer-to-peer transactions, right? So they're waiting for KuCoin to come out of the building and make an announcement, and Binance leaps over them again. Because remember, just a few months back, Christopher had a vision that on Twitter that KuCoin was going to make the announcement of the burn tax, and then MEXC Global jumped them, and then now Binance has jumped them, right? And KuCoin actually pulled back their burn for spot and trading and said, no, we're not doing burns for spot and trading. And it's like, wait a minute, the community thought that you were. What happened, right? So they actually pulled back. And so the community was disappointed at KuCoin for doing that. And some people moved their tokens or moved their coins over to MEXC Global, who are still doing spot trading, and their campaigns are now continuing, right? And then now people are moving their money into Binance now because Binance is doing the 0.1 for spot trading. Okay, so I'm gonna do a different video for Binance and updates on Luna Classic in the next video because there's a lot going on. So we'll do an update video on that, but this is just about the dream. Okay, so once Binance comes out and surprises them, right? And Binance then says, "Look, we're not satisfied with the burns. We could do a lot better." This is something that I talked about on Patreon several days ago, and I said, when Binance buys this dip, they're going to now want this thing to go to $100. Remember I told you guys? Because now they're invested in it even more. Their community, their what do you call them? They're workers Their employees are now heavily invested, and they want to become millionaires and billionaires. So I told you guys, watch the Binance wallet. It's not gonna decrease. They're buying it. They're gonna buy the dip, and then they're going to magically implement the 1.2% burn tax on deposits and withdrawals, and they're going to magically implement a burn tax on spot and margin trading, and then they're going to then try to skyrocket this thing into the dollars and towards $100 as fast as possible. That's what we talked about on Patreon. And I even said some of that stuff here on YouTube. So people can't say I didn't because it's on video. Right? And so that's the great thing about video. It's on video. So this is exactly what I said. So now Binance is all for Luna Classic because they bought the dips, folks. While you were selling, they were buying the dips. And now they're ready to skyrocket this thing because now they bought the dip. So when Binance comes out and says, we're not satisfied with the burns. We want to up the burns now, right? And somebody said 8.5. That doesn't mean they're going to put an 8.5% on taxes, on the tax. Okay, somebody maybe 8.5 might have represented that the price had moved 8.5% when they made that announcement. Okay, they could double or triple their fees from 0.1 to 0.2 or 0.25 or 0.3, which will then burn even more. So let's say when Binance numbers come out for spot trading, spot and margin trading on Monday, let's say it's 4 billion, and let's say they burn 4 billion for the week. Let's say we burn, which is kind of low, but let's say we burn 4 billion for the week, right? Which is really good for a freaking week, right? When you only have 6 trillion tokens in circulation, you're burning 4 billion a week. That's freaking awesome on one exchange, and it's only spot. It's not on. It's only spot and margin. It's not on chain, right? Because on chain comes on Tuesday. So let's say Binance. Let's say Binance does let's say we burn 4 billion tokens on Monday when the results come out for off chain, and Binance isn't satisfied with that. So Binance might say, okay, let's go from 0.1 to 0.2. So then we're doing 8 billion a week. Now that's even way better, right? So they could do something like that. Or they can go to or maybe in the dream when it was 8.5%, it might be 0.85. That's a really big jump though. Maybe they'll meet in the middle because 1.2% and 0.1 is way off, right? So maybe they'll meet at 8.85. So maybe it's 0.85, So maybe Binance is going to be like, we'll do because of all the volume, let's do 0.85, and we'll do it for like, maybe 2-3 weeks or 30 days, and then we'll burn we will burn trillions of tokens, right? So maybe they'll meet right in the middle around a 0.85 or something like that. Okay. Remember, it's just a dream though at the same time, so it might, it might not happen that way as well. Okay. So then the price. So when Binance comes out and says, "Look, we want to up the burns even more because the volume is there to burn even more, right? And push the coin even higher and faster." So when they did that, the coin skyrocketed to 10 cents. Okay. So, and then people were saying, I think we should sell. I think we should sell. I think we should sell. You know what I mean? And take at least some profits on the table. Take 20% off, 10% off, 50% off, because it's probably going to come back down again for a little bit. And then it's going to continue to go upward as we continue to burn, right? So Luna Classic is not going to stay down for long, folks, if we're burning billions of tokens a day, because there's only 6 trillion tokens, right? So if you're burning trillion tokens a day, it can only stay down for so long. Right before it comes back up because the burns are happening, right? And there's less and less tokens. There's billions less tokens every week, right? So now that Binance is going to be burning on chain and off chain, we should see at least 10 to 100 billion tokens burned a week, right? On everybody, not just Binance, but Binance with Kucoin, with Bitfinex is going to be implementing it on withdrawals and deposits to 1.2%, and all these swap sites, decentralized sites that are all burning. We should be burning somewhere between 50 to 100 billion tokens a week, right? If that's the case, then that's coming off the circulating supply. As we continue to add to the staking value as well, which is around 700 billion right now, right? Staking's around 700 billion with bonded and unbonded. So 700 billion tokens are out of circulation right now. And then you're burning 100 billion a week. That's epic, folks. And there's only 6.9 trillion tokens, and we already burned a bunch of that already, right? 6 billion tokens to burn, but we also have 700 billion staked. So there's not a lot of tokens, you know what I mean? For if you want to call it a meme coin, or a coin that lost a lot of its value and it's under 1 cent, that's not a lot of tokens. 5.8 trillion in circulation is not a lot when you're burning 100 billion a week, right? So 100 billion a week is what, 400 billion a month, right? So not bad at all, right? I would love to make it even more. I would love to burn 1 trillion a month. That would be even more epic, right? If we burn 1 trillion, if we can get to burning 1 trillion a month, that means that by the time we hit Christmas, we would have burned half the supply. You know what I mean? That's crazy, right? So that's really good. And then we can then burn the other half of the supply. Well, of course, as the price skyrockets, we burn way less tokens. So instead of burning billions a week, we probably be burning hundreds of millions a week at that point, because the price would have already been up there into the pennies and dollars, right? So if the price goes into the pennies, then we're not going to be burning billions a week, right? We're going to be burning millions a week, hundreds of millions a week instead, because the price is really high. Okay, but you never know, because maybe we still are burning billions a week, because institutional money will then flood in like crazy. And this token would be a top 5 token again, right? Because at its peak, it was top 5, right? So if institutions are now in it and they're buying the crap out of thing, then we could still be burning billions a week, right? Because of the volume. Okay, so that's what's going on, folks. That's the dream. And somebody shouted 8.5, but I believe that might be 0.85 or 0.58. They might up it the fees to 0.58 or 0.85 to meet in the middle or somewhere like that, and they're gonna burn even more, right? So and then also the price skyrocketed to 10 cents. Also, they're waiting on Kucoin. Kucoin has not taken advantage of this at all. And Kucoin was supposed to be the company that took advantage of the burns while nobody else was doing it. They were supposed to be the ones that stepped up and do it, but they backed off for some reason. They do have it on for on-chain burns, but they didn't step up like they were supposed to. So maybe the prophetic dream of Christopher scared them away or something. I don't know what it was. And even in the dream that they had, they were waiting on Kucoin again, waiting on Kucoin. But then Binance steps up and says, "We'll do it. Then we'll do it, Kucoin. We'll do it, Kucoin. Kucoin, if you're listening, Binance is doing it, and you're being left behind. And in the dream, they were waiting on you again." And Binance stepped up and did it even more. So Kucoin is dropping the ball. So hopefully you hear that, KuCoin, so you can make an announcement today and say, we're doing the burns. We'll do the burns. Don't sit there and let another exchange take what was supposed to be your shine. You were supposed to, your company, your exchange was supposed to skyrocket off of the Luna Classic stuff, because you were supposed to help the prophetic coin, and you chose not to. You're doing the burns on the on-chain, but you're basically forced. Every exchange is supposed to be doing the on-chain burns, okay? But you didn't step up and do the spot trading and margin trading like you were supposed to, and so you're being left behind right now. People are withdrawing from you and going to Binance now. And now in the dream, they were waiting on you again. So we keep waiting on Kucoin, and Kucoin's not answering the bell. They're not answering the call, and so Binance is saying, "Well, we'll just take their customers, then we'll take everything from them. We'll strip them. We'll just strip them away and bankrupt them." So it's embarrassing, KuCoin, because you're watching these. I'm pretty sure you're watching these videos. You watch those prophetic dream videos and you did nothing. And so you want to suffer, then you go ahead and suffer. People are going to withdraw their token from you, and they're going to go to Binance, and they're going to go to MEXC Global, and you're going to lose. You're losing a lot of money because of it as well. Anyways, peace out, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.